Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dear with the Mic podcast with your specialist guest with the mostest, with the hostiest vibes ever. This guy, in case you guys don't know my name, it is Sydney. Sometimes on TikTok, I realize I don't have my name on there and they'll be like Planet Vars. I'll be feeling kind of cool. I'm like, you guys don't know my name. Mysterious. Sometimes I want to change my name to Sapphire because I'm kind of out of breath. I gotta stop smoking. Like, my lungs are cooked. I gotta stop smoking, guys. I gotta find a new vice. I think I'm gonna switch to I don't know. I've been needing a vice because I don't smoke weed anymore because mental health. And it's been kind of nice not being high as much every day because I feel like I've gotten my brain back. Okay, not my brain. I don't think people who smoke don't have a brain. I don't think that, but I've gotten a lot less sluggish. Like, I don't have as much shame sometimes from being randomly high throughout the day. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being high at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I think it's beautiful actually. But I felt like I carried a lot of shame because I knew I should be doing something else. I think for me, weed was a coping mechanism kind of to get through this difficult world because the world is extremely difficult, extremely negative at times, but I would just be using it to cope with the craziest basic things because my anxiety was really high. And it came to a point, I feel like I reached the threshold. I feel like with smokers, I started smoking maybe my senior year of high school. I'm a junior in college now. And at first it was fun. At first it felt rebellious because I wasn't supposed to be doing it. It felt cool because everyone who was my age had been smoked before. So at first it was a new feeling. And then on my 18th birthday, I greened out bad. It was terrible. But I still enjoyed feeling kind of out of my body, out of my brain because I wanted to escape. I think that's what it was for me. It was a way to escape. What am I running from? Am I running from myself? ? And I think I was running from the amount of loneliness, boredom, depression, regrets, just a lot of things. I felt like, also, this is my lighter, but just feeling like, what am I running from? And I feel like, whoa, my socks kind of stink. Whoa, sorry, I just got a whiff of my socks. They really stink, yikes. But realizing, what am I running from? And I think it was kind of myself because then I would start smoking and I would just cry. I would just be thinking about my family and just things that weren't necessarily easy. I think I was running from thinking about things that were complex. And it just got to a point to where I couldn't run anymore. And I felt like the running was useless. I'm not even running anymore. I'm just kind of sitting. Now I'm just sitting high. I'm just smoking by myself. It's not aesthetic to me anymore. And at first it's cool. I think especially with smoking, the aesthetic of wake and bake. I don't like waking and baking. It sucks. I get up, I have my breakfast. I realized I was literally just eating breakfast just so I could smoke because I didn't want to smoke on an empty stomach. And then I could be high in the morning. And then what? Because I'm not in the mood to talk to people. I feel awkward. I feel anxious because most people aren't that high. And the people who are high have a friend group. They're doing it with people. And I'm just smoking him alone in my little compartment. And I'm like, what do I gain from this? What am I doing this for? I think it was a level of comfort because I think that's what I was running to. I feel like in the last few months, I've changed. Some things good, some things definitely bad. But realizing that I was seeking a level of comfort in smoking because that was the only thing that felt familiar because everything just feels so new. And getting comfortable with the newness in my life has been very freaky. There are some days that I'll be walking around, I'm I don't know anybody, I don't know anything. And now that I'm 21, when no kids, yeah. But anyways, now that I'm 21, I've always wanted to be this age because it felt like a genuine milestone of freedom and independence, and just being able to get a cocktail has been so important to me because I don't really drink like that. I just have always been too scared. I think I've been drunk one time and I threw up everywhere. Overly embarrassing. overly. But I just enjoy being a little bit tipsy, just a little bit loose, you know, a little fun, a little silly, yeah. This is the longest I haven't gone with smoking. And for once in my life, I don't miss it. I haven't thought about it. Usually I crave like, ooh, I can't wait to smoke. I don't even crave it. And it's really weird because I thought letting go of weed would be very difficult. And one of the other main reasons I stopped smoking was because in my family, there's a history of schizophrenia. And at this age, I do not want to unlock the schizophrenia box. I already got too much going on. And I just am like, damn. I've been feeling like I've had to let go of so many things and feeling like it's out of my control because of my own mental illness. That's something else we're gonna talk about in this podcast. I'm a very mentally ill person. I think I've had 5 different prescriptions given to me in the last few months. I'm supposed to get tested for more things. I don't really feel like it. It's gonna be expensive. The antipsychotic I got for my mania is gonna cause lifelong challenges. No shade, I don't give a fuck. I don't wanna change my whole life. Like, maybe I'll just be crazy forever and maybe you guys will witness it. Who knows? Maybe not. I probably shouldn't say that. And I'm gonna light the incense. We're gonna start the podcast off with a tarot reading. But yeah, as far as having a religion, I'm like, I think when I die, I hope to be a river. I just feel like related to a deer because deers are just stupid as fuck. Like, they just be getting hit. Like, they just die about 3 times. Like, they're just really stupid. I think I like deers. Also, here are the crystals today. We have lapis and opalite. This lamp in our kitchen, and it used to just be on all day. And I'm like, I want to touch the light bulb really. Like, I want to touch it. I don't know why, but I touched it and I burned my fingerprint off bad. But I learned light bulbs are hot. And now I know that. And that's why I think I think I'm a really smart person. I think I gained my intelligence through experiencing the world. And I think I get hurt really badly by other people, but also sometimes by myself because I just do things and I don't think the hardest on them. I really should, but I've learned that you could think on something really hard, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get the right outcome. Like, I do a lot of things that I regret sometimes, but sometimes I don't regret learning from it, and I learned the lesson that I won't do it again. The world is so insane, and in a genuine way that says, if you're watching this episode, this is the reading for you. All right, guys, so time for the reading. So we have the Hierophant card reversed, and for my other deck, I pulled the Hierophant upright. We have the 8 of Cups here. We have the Faith card. And then we have the Lunar Eclipse. I think what the reading is telling you guys, my viewers for episode 1, is that you have to trust yourself enough to make that leap of faith. Whenever you doubt yourself, you disservice yourself, because when you listen to your intuition, especially your nervous system, that'll give you the answers. But I want to get into this 8 of Cups card, because do you see how he's kind of like looking into the distance and seeing what all is there? And there's that moon, which kind of is like this card here. It's time to trust yourself, especially with this Faith card here. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? It's time to embark on that new journey. It's time to do the thing that you've been really wanting to do. And even if you're scared, just have faith in yourself, because worst case that happens, it goes wrong, you can fix it. But what you can't fix is that feeling of wishing you would have tried. I think the difference between knowledge and wisdom is that wisdom comes with experience. Anybody can be smart, anybody can read a book, but to gain wisdom comes with failure and embarrassment. Everything that you want is at the other side of embarrassment. And my chapter is at a mind state. And that's what gets us into our episode. Let's get started. What inspires me to keep going in this crazy, silly world is really just been art and thinking about what the ancestors were doing during their recession, because sometimes the economy, I'm sorry, a bit dry. It's gonna be okay. But sometimes the economy and the recession and everything, truthfully, in this world is horrifying. But I think about the art that has existed through all of that and how it's able to connect with people. I went to this art exhibit when I was in Atlanta last week. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. Hold on. Exhibit I went to was called Art is Political, and I liked it because it just showed how you can convey such a deep and powerful message in an image. And I think not an image, but in one artwork can almost say more, and it can connect with you more than one book can. I know we're in an anti-intellectualism crisis and the reading rates are so low, but sometimes I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, reading is boring. Is that bad to say? I find reading incredibly boring. However, I am trying to read because I do want to be intelligent. I think that education is important, because if it wasn't important, then Black and brown kids wouldn't be given such terrible education. So that's one of the things that inspires me. Like, I want to be an art teacher, if anything. I think I'd be a great teacher. And I'm not sure the artist's name. I'm really sorry. I didn't get it, but this one really inspired me because, one, I love the shapes that it has. I'm probably gonna put a picture on the screen as well, but the shapes that it has, really cool. I love how everything is arranged on here. I'm not sure what the headphones mean, but I feel like they probably mean something. I see this red card here. I think, now I can't read Spanish, but I think this might be a card for instructions on what to do if ice comes. That's my best guess. And with the comb and the hair ties and the bobby pins, I think that relates to the cultural parts of, your hair and whatnot. Next, what I love about this artwork is the ice tray and how I'm not sure what was used to create the ice, but I think it's very cool. It feels like you can feel the soul of this young child through the eyes, through the blush on the cheeks. And I love how the artist of this was able to create a sense of genuine fear, but maybe also confusion, but just something a child would feel on something that's unfamiliar, but they know is scary. So I really love the artwork for that reason. Next, the one with the bag, this one. I'm not really sure what this one meant, but I love the colors on it and I love how it was painted. I'm gonna try and find a meaning out of this. Looks like it says Dollar General and it's choking this person, it's suffocating. My best guess here is that this relates to being in a food desert and how Dollar Generals are placed very strategically in Black and brown spaces. Instead of giving us real grocery stores, we are given a Dollar General that doesn't have fresh fruit, that doesn't have healthy options, doesn't have even the Dollar General that is near me. They were recently shut down for food regulations, and it was horrifying because I remember I bought applesauce from there like a week or two before they shut down, and I didn't eat it because I looked at the bottom of it and had a rim. I don't even know what that rim was, but it's like, yeah, I paid my real money for this. Why am I getting almost expired food? And even when I go in there, it's getting shut down, so it's discounted, but I look at the food and I have to check the expiration date because they don't care. There's just expired food in there. You gotta double check it. You have to. Sorry. Tweets that made me think. So, first tweet. It's by Thea Flack Ops. I will never, ever, ever, ever entertain the idea that a short text back to the people you supposedly care about is this astronomically arduous, grueling, perhaps near impossible task that you simply cannot physically bring yourself to do. Like, please get real. Julie, Huli_R, responds with, constantly battling between we owe each other everything / the cost of community is convenience and we are not meant to access each other this much. Particularly as someone with definite undiagnosed ADHD who has always been the therapist. I want to tap into this, especially the ADHD part of it. I don't think people understand how miserable ADHD is. At its base, it's a lack of dopamine. You need dopamine to get you to do things. Dopamine's that thing that makes you say, I gotta clean my room, I'm gonna do it. Some people are born with that natural level of dopamine that helps them just do basic things. It helps them plan things. It helps them do things. People with ADHD tend to seek their dopamine through other sources. The other hard part about this is that there are people who don't have ADHD, but they still experience having low levels of dopamine. And I think there is a disconnect with empathy, maybe, because people who don't have the mental illness, neurological disease, are feeling like, well, I get tired too. I feel that too. The thing is, it's like when you work that much, your dopamine's also tied to your mental health because dopamine and serotonin are like cousins. When you have your serotonin, it helps your dopamine and vice versa. But when you have ADHD, that doesn't come. It doesn't come. But it doesn't necessarily come naturally. I feel like we're just at a level of burnout in society right now. And with the we owe each other everything, the cost of communities, inconvenience, it's really hard trying to balance all that out, because when you genuinely are neurologically ill, neurological illnesses are a disability. I think we have to remember that it's not just, oh, my room is dirty. No, this impacts my life. This, and not even I've been diagnosed with ADHD, but for other people, it's meaning they forget stuff for work. They're chronically late, but it can be hard having a productivity illness in a capitalist society that is dependent on your level of productivity. People can tell you to just lock in, but a nigga like me, it's time. I'm locked out. I'm locked and I'm tired, as is everybody. It gets difficult because when I find my flow with ADHD, I start getting irritated with other people. I'm like, you can't answer my damn text. What the hell is your problem? Like, I asked a simple question. But then I remember what it's like to be that person who genuinely cannot, I don't want to. And so I think it's just this constant thing on, like, for the other person who just wants a simple, like, I'm making it as easy as possible. But the thing about ADHD is that it's not about how easy it is. It could be the easiest thing in the world. It's just about the thought of having a demand. Why I think it's okay to be corny. Because lately I've just been a cornball. I've been realizing it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm always very sappy, very emotional. Now, some of that, mood disorder, duh. I think we should all be a little bit cornier. I think we should all embrace the cringe, because I think we're all a little bit cringe. And I think I used to be very ashamed of my cringy interest, and like I post a lot on my spam page all the time, and I post a lot of things and memes, and I'm like, this is really funny, I gotta repost it, and it gets 0 likes. But I'm like, embarrassing, man. Welp. And I think that's how I've been trying to treat just the embarrassment, because I be getting embarrassed. I do stupid stuff all the time. Like, a lot of times I feel like an idiot because I'm just like, I don't think I'll ever get things right, but what can you do? My assignment for you guys is to do something very corny and very cringy and see just how it feels. People are getting murdered by the police. The government is awful. ICE is out of control. The economy is terrible. People are starving. There's genocides happening. So I think the smallest things we can do for ourselves to not be, for our souls, I guess, or for our happiness. People have said joy is a type of resistance, and I agree with that, because it's almost like if the world's on fire, like if we're all gonna die anyways, let's twerk with the red light while we're doing it. Like let's twerk a little bit before we all die.